Most people think Chambolle-Musigny is Burgundy's most delicate village, but one of its greatest vineyards produces wines that can feel almost as powerful as a top Gevrey Chambertin. Once you understand why Bonnes-Mares tastes so different from the rest of Chambolle, you will never look at the appellation in quite the same way again. I readily admit a soft spot for Bonnes-Mares, a Grand Cru whose varied soils create some of the most distinctive expressions of Pinot Noir in Burgundy. Today, I will share 5 bottles from my cellar that, to my palate, capture different facets of this remarkable terroir. By the end of the video, you will understand why Bonnes-Mares is so unique, how its dual soil structure influences style, and how 5 leading domains interpret one of Burgundy's most fascinating Grand Crus. First, a bit of context. Bonnes-Mares is a 15-hectare Grand Cru that straddles the border between Chambolle-Musigny and Morey-Saint-Denis, with the majority of the vineyard, 13.5 hectares, located in Chambolle. Vines were first planted here in the 1140s by the Bernardine sisters, who founded the Abbaye Notre-Dame de Terres in 1125, the first female branch of the Order of Citeaux. The name is thought to derive from the Old French words mare, a pickaxe used to break soil and extract stone, or mare, meaning to cultivate with great care. Bonnes-Mares' most distinctive feature is its dual soil structure, which creates meaningful stylistic differences across the vineyard. The upper section, known as Terres Blanches, white earth, consists of pale marl rich in chalky limestone. The lower section, Terres Rouges, red earth, contains reddish-brown clay limestone soils with iron-rich subsoils. Terres Rouges, which account for most of the vineyard, generally produces wines of breadth, richness, and muscularity, with generous red fruit aromas and relatively early accessibility. Terres Blanches tends to produce wines that are more floral, mineral, and spicy, supported by firmer tannins and a more direct structured profile. Most domains own parcels in both sections, with the notable exception of Comte de Vogüé, whose vines are almost entirely located in Terres Rouges. Compared with the weightless flowing grace of Musigny, the Grand Cru at the opposite end of Chambolle, Bonnes-Mares offers greater power, energy, and structure, while retaining the class and persistence for which the village is famous. Now, let's get into the wines. These are 5 bottles from my cellar, produced by domains that I have followed across multiple vintages over the years. Bruno Clair, 2010. Bruno Clair's holding is 1.6 hectares, mostly on the Morey-Saint-Denis side of the Grand Cru. I bought this 2010 in 2022 for $425. It's now around $450. Having shed the austerity of its youth, this is a splendid wine with superb concentration and energy. It offers impressive depth of fruit and plenty of personality, yet remains composed and beautifully balanced throughout. True to Bonnes-Mares, it shows an assertive, slightly sauvage character, but one delivered with remarkable finesse and sensuality. More Morey-Saint-Denis than Chambolle in spirit, Bruno Clair's precise and deeply satisfying interpretation is a superb expression of the terroir. Domaine Dujac, 2011. Domaine Dujac's holdings are 0.58 hectares. I bought this 2011 in 2015 for $445. It's now around $1,100. From a vintage that has turned out far better than many expected, this is a sensational wine that combines confident drive with understated complexity. As the firmness of youth has softened, it has evolved into a wine of striking elegance, moving effortlessly between controlled power and vibrant freshness. It delivers all the authority of Bonnes-Mares without ever feeling heavy, while retaining the finesse that is the hallmark of Red Dujac. One of the finest interpretations of this Grand Cru that I have tasted. Groffier, 2012. Domaine Groffiers parcel is 0.97 hectares at the northern end of the Grand Cru. I bought this 2012 in 2014 for $200. It's now around $555. This splendid Bonnes-Mares offers superb concentration and vibrant energy supported by deep fruit and a spirited sauvage character. There is real power here, but also admirable balance and freshness. It is unmistakably Bonnes-Mares in personality, assertive, confident, and structured, yet at the same time refined and remarkably precise. A compelling and highly enjoyable expression of the vineyard. Gérard Peirazeau, 2014. Peirazeau's 0.41-hectare plot is located at the north end of the Grand Cru, not far from the border with Morey. I bought this 2014 in 2016 for $125. It's now around $260. While it might not possess the grandeur or complexity of the wines from more famous estates, this is nevertheless a thoroughly enjoyable Bonnes-Mares with excellent balance, focus, and freshness. Its muscular frame and earthy, savory character are wrapped in a softer, more approachable style that makes it particularly pleasurable to drink today. For Burgundy enthusiasts seeking value, this is a bottle well worth discovering. Comte de Vogüé, 2010. Domaine Comte de Vogüé is the largest owner of the Grand Cru with 2.66 hectares of vines planted from 1945 to 1995. I bought this 2010 in 2014 for $220. It's now around $750. A wonderful illustration of why Comte de Vogüé remains one of Burgundy's benchmark domains. Having moved beyond the richness of youth, the wine now reveals extraordinary harmony, depth, and precision. Its considerable power is delivered with remarkable grace, creating an impression that is both expansive and weightless. Profoundly captivating today, it also hints at even greater complexity still to come. These are some of the Bonnes-Mares that I find myself returning to most often. Wines that I enjoy sharing with friends and family, particularly when the occasion calls for something a little different from the more familiar expressions of Chambolle-Musigny. They invariably lead to lively discussions about style, value, and the fascinating ways in which different producers interpret the same terroir. To my palate, each offers a distinctive and compelling expression of Bonnes-Mares. In fact, Bonnes-Mares is the Burgundy appellation that I hold in greatest quantity across producers and vintages in my cellar. I also have several other domains that are not yet ready to drink. When their time comes, I look forward to sharing them in a future video. What keeps drawing me back to Bonnes-Mares is not simply its reputation, but its remarkable ability to combine power and finesse in a way that few other Burgundian vineyards can achieve. Producer by producer, vintage by vintage, it continues to reveal the facets of its personality. And that, for me, is part of its enduring fascination. If you enjoyed this exploration of Bonnes-Mares, feel free to subscribe. You will find more of my cellar insights and tasting notes over on Instagram. Massive thanks for watching today, and I will see you in the next one.